أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you guys are all doing well today. I just want to thank everyone for the recent support I've been getting on these videos. Um, I remember there's a time I'd only get 0 views or 1 view a day or something. Now I feel like there's 5, 6 people that consistently are watching and interacting with me, and I really appreciate that. Um, you guys are all part of a very personal journey for me. And as you might know, one of the reasons why I do these videos, um, because honestly, I don't really care how many people look at it or who's watching it, because the real reason for the videos is for my kids in the future, right? One day I'm gonna want my son or my daughter to be Hafiz or Hafiza, inshallah. And I just feel like it's hypocritical if I didn't do it myself, to have that expectation, right? But in that same sense, I want them to be able to be like, when they're doing Baqarah, what was my dad thinking when he was doing this portion, or just have that reference. So when you guys are watching and commenting and exchanging your thoughts and your suggestions and your feelings, hopefully they can see that too. And, that will be a very, very big thing for them, inshallah. Um, so once again, I just want to thank everyone that's been showing all the support recently. It really means a lot to me. Um, if you guys knew how much it meant to me, you wouldn't even know. But it really means so much to me. Um, so inshallah, finishing up. Tomorrow should be the final episode, inshallah. So that'll be a great episode. As you guys know, whenever we finish a surah, I like to just talk about my favorite verses throughout. So inshallah, looking forward to that. And if you had a favorite verse in Baqarah from the series, or if we didn't even talk about it, and there's a verse that really resonates with you, please feel free to, um, you know, comment it, and I'll happily talk about it, inshallah. Um, all the verses of the Quran are so precious and beautiful, but a couple of them have special meaning to each of us. So, inshallah, just gonna go right into it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In tubudu sadaqati fani'immahi وإن تخفوها وتؤتوها الفقراء فهو خير لكم ويكفر عنكم من سيئاتكم والله بما تعملون خبير. And this ayah has a very, very important um, meaning to it, actually. To give charity publicly is good, but to give to the poor privately is better for you and will absolve you of your sins. And Allah is all aware what you do. So a lot of these verses in the latter part of the these last 4 pages of Baqarah, they talk a lot about finances, right? Like charity, um, like riba, interest, just different things on that nature. So you'll find a lot of that if you read these verses. But I think that verse kind of stuck with me because I think we get so caught up in what other people think about us, or you know, maybe wanting people to see our actions. But the truth is, there's such a big blessing in just doing it privately. Give money when no one is looking. Give so that I know I've said this in a previous video, but give so that your left hand does not know what your right hand gave. That secretly you should give. That's like a saying, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that He will absolve your sins if you give privately. And to give privately is to give is better. And Allah is all aware. Um, And I just think, that is a very beautiful way to act, not just with charity, but for any action you do. You know, you're helping someone out, do it privately. You're doing some act of service, some good kindness, do it privately. Because the ultimate reward is with our Creator, not the reward of the people. And, I don't want to speak out of line, but I know that there is a concept of reward in this life versus the hereafter. So I've heard, and maybe someone more knowledgeable than me can explain this, but I've heard that certain actions you do, you may be rewarded for it in this life, or if you're not rewarded in this life, you'll be rewarded in the hereafter. So we should chase that hereafter reward, right? Because the reward of the hereafter, Jannah, is far greater than, what we could imagine. So inshallah, very good verses today, very informative, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the series of Baqarah. It's been about a month, I want to say, close to a month of just Baqarah. So longest surah is almost in the bag, folks. Inshallah. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any thoughts or comments, I think after Baqarah, I'm gonna take a 1 day break. Not break, but I'm not gonna go right into Ali Imran. I'm gonna do Surah Qamar. I just have this like affinity. I was listening to Shuraim, Sheikh Shuraim, the former, Imam in Makkah. I was listening to his recitation of Surah Qamar, and now I just want to memorize it. It's only like 2 pages. Um, and it also has my favorite verse in the Quran. So if you're a real one, you already know what that is because I've said it in another video. Um, but if you don't know, I'll tell you anyways. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Um, but we'll save that for when we get to Surah Qamar, inshallah. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you guys tomorrow.